Hello and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. My name is Emily. I'm so happy to have you here. I make 2 YouTube videos a week, one about books and one about beauty. So today I'm coming to you with my base done, which is unusual if you've ever watched me put on makeup before, because I almost always do my eyes first and then my base. But I am filming after a long day of work. I took off my eye makeup and we are gonna have a little fun. We're gonna do a palette bingo today. So I love palette bingos. The way that they work is that I pick a palette, usually one with a really interesting, unique kind of color story to provide a bit of a challenge, and I let a random number generator choose the shades that I'm going to use. So I will link up in the eye, I think it's this corner, it might be this corner, I don't know if it flips the video around. Somewhere up at the top, I will link the last palette bingo that I did with the Midas Cosmetics Flower Bomb palette. But today we are using the Sample Beauty Jewel Tone palette. You can see how beautiful this packaging is, and let's take a look at the inside. This color story is so gorgeous. I think the name for it is perfect, the jewel tones. These are really just stunning. And the Sample Beauty shimmers are incredible. But normally when I use this palette, I will pick, I'll pick some similar looking shades, like some purplies or some pink ones to put together, or like the greens together, or I might even do like a green and a yellow, right? But there are some shades in this palette I usually would not mix, and I usually would only pick one shimmer. But we are gonna let the random number generator, we're gonna let that choose, and we will see what shadows it picks for me to use. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it.
Honey?
So there are 21 shades in this palette, and I'm going to start with number 1 over here, go across, and then to number 7, then start back over here, and they're numbered that way, which I'm telling you before I select any numbers so that you know I'm not cheating to try to make it easier or more interesting. I've got my random number generator up here on my computer because I film on my phone, and I've got 1 through 21, and we're gonna click generate. I'm a little nervous. All right, so the first one we have is number 19. So we're starting off bold. This one right here, oh no. I don't know how to pronounce any of the names of these precious gemstones, these jewels in this jewel tone palette, but, so don't make fun of me, but we're gonna start with Rhodolite. Rhodolite? We're starting with this bright pink kind of shimmery shade here. All right, so this is a gorgeous fuchsia magenta kind of shade. Looks beautiful, but that's pretty bold. So we will see. I definitely wanna use at least 3, probably 4, maybe I'll branch out, I don't know, we'll see. If I've got a really good color story with 3, I'll probably stick to it, but I might branch out to 4. And if I'm feeling really adventurous, we'll go to 5 shades. All right, but let's go ahead and generate our next number. Shade number 5. Okay, I'm feeling good. Shade number 5 is this one right here, Axonite. It's kind of a nice, warm, neutrally brown sort of color. I can work with this. We can make this work. All right, so I know we're gonna get something crazy for the next one. All right, so let's take a look. Let's generate 6. Okay, so 6 will be this shade right here, Moonstone. So this is one of those shimmery shades that is just absolute. Oh, it feels so nice even just to swatch. So there we go. That is Moonstone. I love that shade so much. All right, so this is the color story I've got so far, and honestly, I think we can really work with this. This looks like easy. I could make a good look with this. So I think, and I might regret this, but once I generate the number, I've got to commit. But I think I'm gonna go for a 4th shade, and I might regret it, but it's just makeup. I can wash it off if I don't like it. We're just having fun here. Last one. Number 9. All right, number 9 is Demantoid, that army green kind of shade right there. Okay, so here we have our color story. Honestly, I'm not mad about it. These are probably not the colors I would have chosen if I was selecting a color story, if I was making one, but it's not as difficult as it could have been. My Flower Bomb palette bingo was rough, if you remember. But these ones, I'm not mad about. All right, so I'm gonna decide what I wanna do with this, and then we will get to work. Okay, so I think I have a plan, but you know, sometimes plans change as we go along, so I'll let you know what I'm planning on. So I think I'm gonna take this shade right here, that brown shade. I already forgot the names, oh well. We're gonna take that nice warm brown, I'm gonna put it all through the crease as like a transition shade. And then I'm gonna take that army green and put it on the outer and inner and a little bit through the crease. Then I'm gonna put the hot pink kind of in the center of the lid. And then I'm gonna tap this moonstone shade all over to kind of blend it, bring it all together. So we're going for kind of a halo eye kind of deal here. So we will see, but I'm gonna start with this large fluffy brown, I don't know why I can never say blending brush. It's the bl and the burr together is just like, it's a struggle. But I'm gonna start with this large fluffy blending brush and dip that into the shade Axonite, so my warm brown shade. And this palette's got a pretty nice mirror in it, so I'm just gonna use that one. Alright, so there we go. That is our start through the crease. So I know it's not perfectly blended out, but that's okay, we will get there. Okay, so next up, I am going to take this little detailed blending brush. This one is actually from Sample Beauty. It's called the PA107, but it's basically just a small kind of tapered detailed brush. And I'm gonna dip that into the Demantoid Army Green shade, and I am going to just bring that in through kind of underneath that warm brown, blending it in at the crease. And I'm not gonna worry too much if I get some right here because I'm gonna place it there on purpose anyway. But right now I'm just focusing on blending it in the crease. And I'm super glad that I purchased this brush because it is absolutely perfect for exactly what I'm doing right now. Bringing a color in where you don't want to cover up what you already have in the crease, but you do want them to blend together. This little brush fits in that crease of my eyelid perfectly. All right, now I'm gonna take this brush, and I know I'm horrible at describing brushes, but I really like this brush from a Wet n Wild set that I got a couple years ago because it's a smaller brush and it's kind of dense, but it's not flat. And I'm gonna use that to put that same Army Green Demantoid shade in the inner and kind of outer parts of my lid. So right now it kind of looks like I had two black eyes and they're healing, but it's okay. It's not gonna look like this for much longer because I'm gonna take a flat shader brush. So I'm gonna take this flat shader brush and I'm gonna go into that bright pink shade. What is it called? Rhodolite? Rhodolite? Like I said, I don't know how to say it, but I'm gonna go into that and put that in the center of my lid. It's not gonna blend super well into that green. The green and the yellowy brownish kind of mustardy color blend pretty well because they have similar undertones. You can watch my video about undertones if you don't know what that means, but they blend really well together. Pink and the green are pretty far apart on the color wheel, right? Because red and green, as we know, are complementary colors, so they're opposite. So pink is pretty similar to red, so it's pretty far from green on the color wheel, which means they're not gonna blend super well together. But that is okay because we're going for contrast here, not blendability. Probably thinking like, I don't know if this girl knows what she's doing, and I kind of agree. I don't know if I know what I'm doing either, but I'm hoping that I'll be able to pull this together. So I'm gonna use that same flat shader brush. I just kind of wiped it off on a washcloth, and I'm gonna go back into that Army Green and see if I can bring that and the pink a little more together, at least in terms of like the level, like the saturation level. All right, so here's the step that I'm hoping is gonna pull this together so it looks like less of a mess because I'm not loving what I have going on here right now, but I'm trying to trust the process, even though I'm the one who came up with the process, so I don't know how trustworthy it is. But we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna dip into Moonstone with my ring finger. And I think a lot of these shimmer shades, especially those super foiled ones, apply best with the finger. And that's not just the Sample Beauty shadows. I feel that way about a lot of really foiled shadows. They sometimes just work best if you tap them in with your finger. So if that grosses you out, maybe stay away from those super foiled shadows if you want them to apply easily and super punchily. I don't think that's a word, but whatever. So I'm just gonna use my ring finger and I'm gonna tap all over my whole lid, just pink, green, mustard, all of it together. I think I might hate this. We will see. Let's see what happens. Cause sometimes I hate it until I like put my hair down and finish everything up and put on a lipstick. Well, I'm gonna go through with it. We'll see. Still not sure how I feel about this. I think my vision in my head was a lot better than what is happening here, but like I said, we're gonna follow through. I'm not a quitter. So to do my lower lash line, I always use this smudger brush from e.l.f. It's one of their like $2 brushes. I think it was $1 when I bought it back in the day, but they've raised their prices by a little bit. But I think it's perfect for, at least for my eye shape, for going on that lower lash line. So I think I'm gonna take just this shade, the Army Green Demantoid shade. And honestly, please don't flame me in the comments for like totally mispronouncing every single shade name in here. I'm trying my best. I probably should have researched before I made this video, but you know, whatever. And I'm still not sure how I feel about this because I don't think I 100% hate it, but I also don't really like it. I don't know. I'm gonna fully commit to this green lower lash line, and I've got this eyeliner from ColourPop. It's one of their cream gel liners. It's in the shade Wildcat, but it's a similar kind of army green shade, so I'm just gonna put that in my waterline. All right, and then I'm gonna take my trusty Maybelline Master Precise liner. I'm gonna use the Forest Brown shade and just do kind of a thin line along the top. Sometimes this step pulls a look together that I don't think is going to come together, so fingers crossed that's what's happening right now. Okay, so somehow, as always, that made it better. I don't really understand the magic of, you know, a thin liquid line on the top, but you know, I'm just gonna trust it. I think that it's not perfect, but it did pull it together a little bit more. All right, so I need to go touch up the rest of my face. This is part of the reason why I never do my base makeup first. I've got like glitter all over my face from this gorgeous Moonstone shade. It's perfect and beautiful, but it did provide a lot of fallout. So I need to just touch that up, touch up my blush. I'm gonna put on my mascara and pick out a lip, and I will be right back. Right, so here we have the final look. And I don't love it, but I also don't hate it as much as I did while it was happening. So, you know, like I said, you gotta trust the process, even if you're the one inventing the process. So here is the Sample Beauty Jewel Tone palette. This is the color story we started with. This is the color story the random number generator gave me. And this is what ended up happening on my eyes. So I keep getting lipstick on my teeth because I have got an absolutely insane Frankenstein lipstick concoction on right now. You ready for this? I have got the Kokie lip liner in the shade Rosy Pink. I've got the Kokie lip liner in the shade Wine. I have got the Kokie lip poudre in the shade Infamous and in the shade Stunner. So all four of those lip products are mixed together on my lips to make this shade right here. So I don't think I'm gonna be recreating this look, but like I always do with palette bingos, I did really have fun, and I hope you guys had fun watching me puzzle through how to put these these colors together. I kind of wish I had stopped here and not included the army green, but it sure did provide me a challenge. So if you would like to see more palette bingos, please let me know by giving this video a thumbs up. I have a ton of fun creating these, and I hope they're fun to watch. I do love watching them when other creators do them. So please let me know and leave a comment down below about what you think, or if you've got an eyeshadow palette you think that I should do a palette bingo with, let me know about that too. So please don't forget to subscribe and click the bell icon to turn on notifications before you go. Thank you guys so much for watching and have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.